figure out who I'm going to have do it. And then John Susie, who I love to pick on in Leadership Dublin when we were in it together 4 years ago, he was sitting by himself and on his phone, so I thought he'd be perfect.
He was sitting with all his friends.
Yeah. And yesterday I give her some bullet points. And she looked.
Like five.
It's like if she was sitting across me, she would just look at me like, really? Is this all you got?
5 points. I'm married. I went to college at Akron. I have 2 boys, and I have a grandson. That was basically it. But I'm going to tell you everything about it. That's not enough. Anyway, so John,
Sorry.
John was born in Canton, Ohio, and he has 2 younger brothers and a younger sister. He grew up there and was active in playing a variety of sports. Baseball was his favorite. In high school, he participated in basketball and football and was on the yearbook staff. He was in the 2nd class to graduate from St. Thomas Aquinas in 1969. He attended the University of Akron and was a member of the Phi Kappa Tau fraternity. He met his wife Evie in college, and they've been married for 41 years. He started in insurance in 1977. He was a member of the Canal Fulton JCs from 1976 to 1980 and was their president for the 1979-80 term. He lived in Marietta for over 3 years while he was with Nationwide Insurance, and now he's currently employed as a broker development specialist for Aflac in Central and Northeast Ohio after he was with Nationwide Insurance for a 31-year career. He joined Rotary in November of '91, which he says is one of the best decisions that he ever made, and he served on the board a number of times in the past 22 years. He and his lovely wife Evie, and she is the better half of the 2, have 2 sons, Jeff and Pat. Those are my words, not his. And they have 2 sons, Jeff and Pat. John coached their youth sports when they were young and served on the DYA board for 4 years. Both sons are married now. Jeff and his wife have John and Evie's first grandson in December, just this past December. And he's looking forward to traveling more in the future and seeing the number of his grandkids grow. He is also looking forward to an Alaskan cruise this summer with the Bornbrocks and the Butlers. I'm glad they invited us. And he says that to say that he enjoys golf is laughable since he doesn't play that much. Just ask Mike Close. Also, he says that since he has been around as long as he has, there isn't anything unique or special that people don't already know, both good and bad, except that his entire right side is now bionic.
What's the name of your grandson?
Yeah, well, it didn't cost $6 million, but it felt like it. Okay.
And that took, like, pulling teeth to get that out of him.
Yeah, well.
What's the name of your grandson?
Giovanni, which is the Italian word for John. And my daughter-in-law, in her thoroughness, went all the way through all the names and changed it from a G to a J because it's Jeff and Jackie, and now it's Giovanni, and he's called Gio.
How big was Gio when he was born?
Well, he was 5 pounds, 15 ounces. All right. Bonnie has had quite an interesting life. And for those of you who have seen the usual spelling of Lafayette, would be interested to know that Bonnie was born in Lafayette, Tennessee, in Macon County, still the only dry county in the state. Bonnie has an agricultural background. She grew up in a cattle ranch farm, and that was her family's livelihood. She has 2 older brothers and a sister, and an older sister. All are still in Tennessee and still involved in agriculture. In her youth, she showed cattle in Tennessee, surrounding areas, up until she went to college. Very involved in 4-H, was a district and state officer, and also involved in American Junior Hereford Association, and a national officer of that group during her college years. She graduated from Macon County High School in a class of 129. She graduated from the University of Tennessee in Knoxville, where she got a bachelor's degree of Science and Agriculture, majoring in Animal Science. She loves dogs. She has 3 of them now. In college, she was a varsity livestock judging on the livestock judging team and varsity meats judging team, and involved in the block and bridle club. This is all stuff I can really relate to and can't know how. Who does this stuff? She did it. Her work life, she's been the youth activities director for the American, you got to help me with that one,
Oh, Charlotte and
Charlotte Association in Kansas City, and then worked for the American Hereford Association as director of youth activities. Now for the real fun part. She met her husband Rick at the Future Farmers of America convention in Kansas City. And in 1989, and married him in 1991. Lived in Hays, Kansas for 2 years. That's where Rick is from, right?
From that area.
From that area. And she sold livestock feed to area feedlots. Go figure. Then moved to Bloomington, Illinois to get her real sales career going in pharmaceutical sales. Continued with that after moving to Columbus in 1997. She worked for 3 different pharma and biotech companies and left UCB last year to reinvent herself and get on with the rest of her life. All right. I think she's one other thing that her and Rick started City Barbecue in December of 1999. I've lived in the same house since 1997, joined Rotary in 2008, and has served on various committees, including being our ace photographer for a lot of our events.
All right.
Well, besides Mohawk.
You missed the best part. She was Miss America.
It doesn't say that in here, but as you might expect, her favorite color is orange. Her favorite sports team is the Volunteers of Tennessee. She loves Peyton Manning. I guess who doesn't? And she has no tattoos or body piercings.